and welcome back to the channel. Once again, we have the Scalextric Stig Blomqvist Rally Legend box set, and we're going to continue the review of these beautiful cars. So we already went through the previous couple cars in the previous videos, and now we're going to go ahead and talk about the MG Metro. So this is a little bit different. Uh, as I mentioned before, um, Stig drove the Quattro and for a few years, the RS200 for only 1 year, the only 1 year that was available before Group B was disbanded or changed. And then he did drive this MG Metro, but not in any World Rally competitions. So let's talk about this guy. All right, so we have the MG Metro 6R4. All right, so this is one of those mythical Group B cars that they went all out. They were basically built from the ground up to be killer drivers, killer machines, and in all the sense of the word. Um, this is a car that actually ran in the Austin Rover exhibition kind of race that they had in several years, and this one, if I find the information correctly, was in '85. So the MG was in development. The MG Metro 6R4 was in development for many years. It really only ran one or two races in '85 and a handful of races, or most of the races in '86. But I believe they finished as a team. They finished about fourth in '86. So yeah, so that's why this car doesn't have a lot of known sponsors. It's the Austin Rover in Donington Park, if I read correctly. So here it is. So this is another beast of a car, even though it was tiny. Similar to the other two cars, it's a rear wheel drive only, while the car originally, that's what there's a 4 in the name, because it was a 4-wheel drive. So there isn't that. Looks like very similar to the other ones. There's a magnet over here. There's a little plate, extra nice looking, limited edition. So actually reach this way, limited. Yep, that's interesting. The little plate here is it reads this way, but some of the other everything looks reads correct. The Hornby, made in China, MG Metro 6RC. I don't know if you guys can see it there. It's really tiny, but similar to the car. It has the DPR, has the standard brakes. It has the antenna, which is great. So let's open it up. Hopefully I can get it open this time. Looks like I'm having the same problem here, where I cannot reach the screws in the back there. Oh, these are super tight. So all right, it's coming out, but you can feel like they really got those in there when we were put together. All right, let's get the second screw. Looks like we have screws back here. Once again, I don't know if this is the screwdriver or the screws themselves, but they're super tight, kind of hard to get. So hopefully, let me see if we can get those. This is loose. All right, let's try the other end, the other side. Okay, it's coming out. It's just really tight. So I don't know if this just were tied by hand. Did they have, like, I don't know, Loctite or something like that will keep them. Okay, so it looks like it's out. These are really nicely detailed cars. Even the bottom part is really nice. Have more detail than your average All right, let's see if we can get this out. Looks like it did come out. All right, make sure I don't lose the screw. There it goes. Okay, so this is a tiny car. All right, it was tiny when it was the original one. It is tiny as a toy also. So really nice. Have the magnet in here for sure. The Sidewinder motor, rear wheel drive only. It also have threads on the tires. There's no slick. There's front and back lights. So really nice little car. And as we saw already, basically this one only says Blomqvist in the front. Not sure even who was the co-driver for this. So there was a competition that they will bring 4 or 5 rally drivers and 4 or 5 Formula One drivers. They give them cars and they will drive around and see who's better. They have like tarmac stages and rally stages and see who's the better driver. So here it is, another plastic cockpit, nice details all on the inside. So I really like this. I like the spoilers, all the flaring. That's amazing. It reminds me a little bit, if you think about the current Toyota Yaris. It kind of reminds me about how these tiny cars that were never designed to be race cars, they became monsters in the when they became rally cars. I have really just the name. So let's see if we can get these guys, because I don't like this. There's not a, let's see, can I get it in there? All right, so it looks like it went through, but yeah, there's an open space, I think. Now I guess not. Look to me from this angle that was all open and they can fall off or something, those screws. Okay, so let's get this. Actually, it is an opening. Okay. Shoot, I talked too soon. I dropped the screw in the wrong place, and there is an opening. That's why they're kind of different too. Okay, let me see, because I think they're kind of loose in here. Okay, got one out. Okay, came out. Ooh, okay, so this gray piece, there's an opening on the side, so it's like on top of it, but on top of the black, but it's not one solid piece. There actually, I don't know if it can be seen, but there is a hole in between, and there is an opening. So from the time that the screwdriver goes in to the actual place for the screw, there's a lot of room in here. So let me see if I can put the screws first and then put the body, because that might be a little bit easier to. I don't think I did it right, so let's get it out. All right, let's see if we can get the other screws, and I can mess with this a little bit later. So let's see. I'm gonna spend all day here trying to get these screws in place in front of the camera. So okay, that one went through just as normal, and that one also went just fine. All right, let's cheat a little bit. I'm not gonna put the screws in the back right now. I'll do it off camera later. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can see, and you guys can see the lights going on, so that's really nice. All right, let's change the camera and let's take it for a spin. This seems to be a really short wheelbase, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna perform different than the other guys. All right, we got the cameras going, and let's roll. Again, not gonna go super crazy fast, just enough to get some nice flaps for the video. Oh, wow. It feels so different than the other cars, they're amazing. Alright, that runs really well. Alright, not even pushing it, but just enough to get a few nice shots. Alright, that's really cool. So we have the Stig Blomqvist driven Metro MG Metro 6R4. Is my first Austin Rover car for the collection, so I'm pretty sure I'll be looking for some others out there. So we'll see. This is a really nice, really nice sample of the car. I mean, all the details for an Scalextric car is really nice. Definitely not the standard car that you could buy. So, all right, guys. That will conclude this series of the Stig Blomqvist Rally Legends box set, and all the three cars have been taken for a spin. I will definitely play some more. I will set some times and all that, but I'm not gonna go crazy with them. I definitely want to keep them as mint as possible. I mentioned on the first video that the antenna was missing on this Audi, and under the box there are some instruction and extra braid, but also the broken antenna was inside. So my guess is that it broke during handling. I mean, this set has been sitting in somewhere for 10 years plus, so I'm pretty sure several people have put their hands in the cars even if they didn't run them before. So anyways, thanks for stopping by again. Please hit the subscribe and like if you haven't already. And thanks for stopping by again. I'll continue post cars, video of cars as I go, and a few other things. We have the GRL still going strong, so we're gonna be definitely adding more videos to the channel. Okay, thanks again for your time, and until next time, bye.